up, guys, and welcome back to erbsclass, man, for 5 more minutes of math. I knew you like these parabolas and be back for some more, and I'm glad you're back because today we're talking about changing the parabola. Yeah, so before we talked about some key points on the graph, but now let's talk about what happens when I change the equation. Does it change the picture also? We're about to find out. Let's get the basic one up here. Okay, good. So this is our parent or generic basic quadratic parabola. Okay. So here are our data points, here are our XY values, right? And a regular graph looks like that. Now, let's say, what if this wasn't positive? Let's say there was a negative sign there. Yeah. Okay, would that change my values here? Well, yeah, right? If I plug this -2 in, remember PEMDAS, you got to do the -2 times -2 first, which is 4. And then 4 times -1 is -4. Yeah, so putting that negative sign there would change all of these numbers to negative, exactly right. But now, so if I graph these, what would my graph look like then? Yes, it would be flipped upside down. It would be reflected across that x-axis. Yeah. So if you ever see a negative sign in front of your quadratic, it's not going to look like a U anymore. Yeah, it's going to be an upside down one. This is where we got that minimum and maximum from. Yeah. Okay. Well, if it wasn't a negative sign, look, what if we put a number here? Good. Okay. So what if it was a 2 in front of my x squared? How would that change these values? If I took my results and multiplied them all by 2, wouldn't that double all of these? Yeah. So instead of going over 1 and up 1, I would go over 1 and up 2. So it stretched my parabola, or it made it skinny. So just by changing this number, I can change my parabola. Yeah, and it seems like if I change that number to 2, I made my parabola get skinny. What if I went smaller? What if I did a half? Okay, good. So these were my numbers from the original. But now, instead of multiplying all these numbers by 2, I'm going to multiply all of these numbers by 1/2. What would it be then? Good. So now instead of being stretched, I'm actually smashing it down a little bit, right? So it's wider. So wait a minute. If I change this number to 2, it gets skinny. If I change it to 1/2, it gets wide. If I change this to negative, it flips upside down. Basically, let's go ahead and rehash. Okay, so a couple of things. Now, we changed this number in front of x to a few different things, right? So I'm just going to put a letter there, and we'll talk about what that letter can and can't be and what happens when that letter changes. Yeah, so when this number in front of your x squared, if that number is ever negative, remember it flips your graph upside down. Yeah, before the vertex was a minimum, now we say it opens down and the vertex is now a maximum. Yes, when this number in front of x squared is negative, that's what the graph looks like. Okay, all right. What about when this number was 2? Turns out it works for any number bigger than 1. Any number bigger than 1 is going to make your parabola skinny. Exactly right. By vertically stretching it, it makes our parabola skinny. Remember when we put a half in here? Exactly right. Turns out, if this number in front of your x squared is less than 1, we're talking fractions like 1/2, 1/4, even like 4/5. That's less than 1. It's a vertical compression, which makes your parabola wide. Man. So now a combination of things could happen. This could be negative and 2. So that will make it upside down and skinny. Yeah, so be prepared for a couple of different combinations of negatives and bigger or smaller than 1s. Yeah, man, I hope you took some good notes. I hope this helps. I'll see you next time in class. Bye, guys.